I had asked, my ex-boyfriend was so pressed that I would not accept his like in a relationship with request on Facebook. It was like a thing. It was like multiple conversations that we had about it. He was just so pressed about it. And I went ahead and did it. I accepted it. But then I changed my settings so that he was the only one who could see my relationship status anyway. Scammer. Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Cecily. I'm a writer. I'm an entertainment journalist. And I'm no face, no case. Okay, so what is no face, no case? So in its original form, it's kind of like criminal lingo. It basically means that if there is no face, so in other words, if like the criminal or in some cases the victim cannot be identified, then there is no case. You cannot be prosecuted. So, you know, you rob a bank, rob someone, you have something covering your face, they can't prove that it's you, that you were there. It's going to be a really hard case for them to make against you. If the body never surfaces, it's going to be really hard for them to convict you of the crime. So you get it. No face, no case. When I use it, I'm using it obviously in a little bit of a different context. When I use no face, no case, I'm usually talking about dating. It basically means that I believe in keeping my relationships private. Actually, that's not what it means. Let me not get on here and get to lying.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
This is actually an unpopular opinion, but I actually believe in a lot of transparency about my romantic relationships with my trusted friends and family because I think it promotes accountability and harm reduction. I basically tell all my best friends all my business, and that works for me. But that's another video for another day. What I mean by no face, no case is that I don't really make my relationships public. It's not that I keep them private, but I don't make them public, especially when it comes to social media. I don't really post people that I'm dealing with on social media. You're never really gonna catch me in one of those like viral videos on social media about like, this is how we met and how our relationship started, even though I love watching them. But I'm just not gonna do that. I'm very no face, no case. I have a couple reasons for that, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Are you subscribed? Have you subscribed to this channel? Go handle that. Yeah, do that. And while you're down there, please give this video a thumbs up. I am a new YouTuber. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much. So for starters, I really don't want strangers to be invested in my relationship. Whether we like it or not, whether we realize it or not, people do invest a lot into what you share on your social media. That's why they follow you, so that they can do that. Just think about how many celebrities have separate accounts for their pets, right? It's a thing that comes up. People invest in the people and the pets that you post on your page. So when you post your partner, or even if you just post about being in relationships a lot, people invest in that relationship. And you might be thinking like, okay, that's fine with me. I love my partner. People should be invested in this relationship. It's something that's really important to me. That's all well and good until y'all break up.
You don't love me no more.
Let me tell you why that doesn't work for me. People feel very entitled to want to know what happened. Whose fault was it? You know, is there any chance that y'all are going to get back together? They're going to want to remind you of how cute y'all used to be together, because those are the types of conversations that they likely feel comfortable having with you if you really have a connection with your followers in that way. And for me, like, I can't imagine having to go through, you know, the emotional kind of ups and downs that come with breaking up, or even if you're just having a rough patch in your relationship, where all people want to talk about are like these really high points in your relationship, because they're invested in it. And that doesn't work for me. And maybe to even give another example, so like, I consider myself invested in the relationships of my really close homegirls. You know, I know that they're with somebody who makes them feel good about themselves, who makes them happy, who enriches their lives, right? And because I'm invested in that for them, if I see their partner doing some foul shit, or let's just say I know them to be in a monogamous relationship and I see this person's Tinder account or some shit like that, I'ma slide and be like, all right, boo, here's what I saw. You do with the information what you will. I'm not here to judge. Let me know how you need me to get information about it. But just want to let you know, because like I am invested in that relationship and I want to do things to help my homegirl. But like because I have homegirls, I don't need my followers to do that for me. I don't need my followers trolling anybody on my behalf. I don't need my followers putting on investigative hats to go see what this person is doing on my behalf, or we see that stuff happen all the time. So it's not something that I want to invite into my relationships.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
I think the other really, really important reason why I'm no face, no case is because that also just is not kind of the brand that I'm trying to have on social media either. When you post your partner on your page, again, I already talked about it. Like, not only do people invest in that relationship, but then this person also becomes part of your brand. You know what I mean? One person's Instagram can quickly become a couple's account, or you know what I mean? Or a situation where, you know, you all are seen as a unit together really quick. And that doesn't work for me for a couple reasons, because one, this is my shit. Okay? Like, let's just be clear. It's mine. It's not both of ours. But also, as a trap feminist, one day I am going to make a full video on trap feminism, but I'm not sure when, because I do want it to kind of align with the release of the book. But that is coming. I know that's something that might come up. I got y'all. But as a trap feminist, I think that women and femmes, especially Black women and femmes, really need to divest from the idea that having a relationship or being in a relationship is like a life goal. We spend too much time trying to impress these niggas, pull these niggas, keep these niggas, have these niggas. Nigga is a gender neutral term on this here channel. We end up subscribing to a lot of heteronormative, problematic, basic bullshit in our attempts to avoid being single. I mean, the fact that like that's why you single is such a strong insult to Black women is just, it really gets my tits in a twirl. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't think that that's something that women should have to focus on. So that's definitely not the brand that I'm trying to build. That's just not what I'm about, and I am hoping to inspire a group of women who also acknowledge that that's not what life is necessarily about. For me, and this is just for me, relationships are an optional part of life. They are like a cherry on top, a bonus, you know, the whipped cream on the latte. They are not the caffeine that I need to get through the day or the cream to kind of make that shit bearable either. They are literally a garnishing. And I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for almost 2 years and I love my partner. I'm so happy to have my partner in my life, but because I focused on me and like my focus is always on just trying to be like the baddest bitch I can be and be at peace and be happy. One, I'm able to set the boundaries that I need to set in the relationship. I'm able to have the standards that I need to have just in my life and in my relationship. I'm able to hold my partner accountable. I'm able to be open to when my partner needs to hold me accountable. I'm not saying that I'm against relationships, but what I'm saying is that I don't need relationships. There is no part of me that feels more complete, or you know, like this isn't necessarily a life achievement for me that I have someone in my life. But what I'm trying to say is that like I don't need no nigga, and like that's not my brand to make anyone feel like I need a nigga. I never want my followers to feel like my life is lit, that my life is a certain way, that I have a certain quality of life because of this person. So I'm just very cognizant of that in terms of who I'm posting on my page. The final reason, and this is complicated, it might need a separate video on its own, but I'll try to break it down simply here. The last reason why I'm no face, no case is because I'm poly. Not everyone is monogamous. Some of us practice what they call alternative lifestyles. I'm an alternative lifestyle type bitch, okay? So posting my partner on social media also just opens up a lot of conversations that don't necessarily need to be had. They also make certain conversations feel more communal than they are, and they give certain people access to certain parts of my life that I just don't want them to have. To post my partner all the time would be kind of cock blocking. myself. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to cock block myself, but no, for real. I would never want to put, maybe somebody else that I'm dealing with in a situation where they have like unnecessary anxiety or insecurity or discomfort about our situation, or somebody else that my partner might be dealing with. I don't want them feeling some type of way, or to just have to have unnecessary conversations when we can just like remove that out of the picture in general. I really do like the idea of like fostering relationships, intimately and closely and with each other and or with the community that you all are building around each other. And for me, that community is just not social media. Now, I do recognize that a lot of people are very comfortable posting their partners online, or even people that they're just casually dating online. They're comfortable doing that because, first of all, we live in a culture where we are kind of desensitized to sharing personal parts of ourselves for the world to see. Like, it's very natural that we do that. So I get that. And especially for young folks in particular, young people share all parts of their lives. And we also have to acknowledge that quote unquote relationship goals is a product. And that is something that a lot of people have bought into. People want the aesthetic and the kind of front-facing branding, I guess, of a healthy relationship and an ideal relationship. And there are a lot of folks whose personal brands have been boosted because of the relationship they have. I mean, look at Sierra and Russell. Like, yes, folks love Sierra, folks love Russell Wilson, but like, Sierra and Russell, though, it does not hit the same. You know what I mean? That just is the way it is. There are so many relationship accounts, relationship YouTube pages, relationship Instagram accounts, relationship goals, relationship memes, like that. That is its own kind of sector and niche all into itself. So it is something that's sold to a lot of people, the idea of like finding this right person. I mean, also look at how many dating coaches exist. Notice that a lot of those dating coaches are for women though. Y'all drop in the comments if y'all know of any dating coaches for men. And I don't mean matchmakers, I mean dating coaches, people who teach men how to date better and be better at pursuing people that they want to date. Because I ain't seen not near one, not yet. But I also think that some people also rush to post their partner online because it's about surveillance and ownership. And let me put everybody else on notice that when you see that nigga, know that's me. You know what I mean? It's a way to get more eyes on a relationship so that they can keep more tabs on a relationship. That's a little toxic, but it's not my business. Not my business, not my ministry either. So I understand all that. I understand folks who, feel like they need to put the relationship out there to make sure that this person isn't hiding anything from them. I think that that's some folks think posting their relationship is about kind of securing authenticity. It's like when you get a consignment Prada bag and then you take it to the Prada store, you want to like take it there to make sure the bitch is real. You know what I mean? I feel like people sometimes post their partners on social to be like, all right, who knows something about this nigga? But I was raised in the era of Rihanna, y'all, and I was just raised to not claim nobody publicly, okay? I'm only claiming folks who got a paper trail on me, baby daddies, legal spouses, the Department of Education. You feel me? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of claiming that I'm gonna be doing, okay? But obviously I love to hear from you. I love to hear about your experiences with having public facing relationships or running into issues with folks who maybe wanted to have a more public facing relationship and you didn't. I had my ex-boyfriend was so pressed that I would not accept his like in a relationship with request on Facebook. It was like a thing. It was like multiple conversations that we had about it. He was just so pressed about it. And I went ahead and did it. I accepted it. But then I changed my settings so that he was the only one who could see my relationship status anyway.
Scammer.
Woo. So yeah, hit me up in the comments below. Tell me your story. Don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching.